red panda is anatomically similar to a giant panda. Fact, the red panda was discovered first. Fact, it's called a panda, but similar to giant pandas. The red panda is a bear, and that's a lie. Red pandas were initially classified into the family of raccoons, a highly controversial decision. Although, to be fair, most science in the 1800s was controversial. Upon further study, they are moved to years today, the bear family. Once again, wrong. Now we have two questions to ask. Number 1. If red pandas are not in the family of skunks, or in the family of bears, then how are they classified? And number 2, which genius classified them wrong, not once, but twice? And did they actually have a clue what they were doing? Upon further study, red pandas are classified in their own unique family, Ailuridae, and are thought to be an ancient species of the order Carnivora, hence their scientific name Ailurus fulgens. The closest relatives to red pandas today are probably a completely different family, Mephididae, containing skunks, raccoons, weasels, and other such species.
Meet Mr. Cuddlesworth. He is a little more than a year old, and seems to be enjoying himself, perched high in the trees of his territory. He needs this territory and defends it, so he always has the resources to survive in this potentially dangerous habitat. Red pandas mainly live in one place: Earth. Okay, let's be more specific. Here, in the temperate forests of the Himalayas, they are found in the forests of Nepal, India, Bhutan, Burma, and central China. These coniferous and deciduous forests have temperate climates, with moderate, evenly distributed precipitation. This region is in the temperate zone. Temperatures peak at about 25 degrees and fall back down later in the year. Precipitation is evenly distributed and peaks at about 100 millimeters. Red pandas use their thick fur coat to stay warm, especially as it gets colder during winter. Their fur coat and ability to curl their tail in while sleeping are adaptations. Besides, would they really look that great in leather jackets?
Now back to Mr. Cuddlesworth. It's eating time, and red pandas eat mainly bamboo and leaves. These forests are dense with bamboo, the main food source of red pandas. Mr. Cuddlesworth uses his 5 fingers to grasp the bamboo easily. Well, technically, it's 6 fingers. This 6th finger is called a false thumb. This suited thumb is actually an enlarged and elongated wrist bone, which they use to grip things. Mr. Cuddlesworth also uses this pseudo thumb for climbing and holding onto narrow branches as he moves through the trees. It is an amazing structural adaptation that these red pandas have. And also, I'm hungry. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, so what was I talking about? Something about food?
It's always about food.
Oh right, red pandas are omnivores. Their primary food source is leaves and bamboo, for which they spend a lot of time in their trees. Occasionally, they are also known to eat items such as bird eggs, fruit, small lizards, and insects. Unfortunately, their reliance on bamboo in part leads to their endangerment, as they need the bamboo for survival.
Mr. Cuddlesworth returns to the center of his territory. There are humans destroying this area. Illegal logging and poaching. Mr. Cuddlesworth is surprised. He sees loggers and poachers, but he doesn't know who they are and why they are here. The Himalayan forests in which red pandas live are decreasing at an alarming rate due to human activities such as logging operations and clearing up parts of the forest for agriculture. Destruction of parts of the forest separates red panda groups. This leads to less genetic diversity among the red pandas as they are forced to inbreed, making it more difficult to survive. Another major reason for the endangerment of red pandas is poaching. Many native traditions and beliefs put red pandas in high demand and risk. They are also often the target of poachers, looking to make a profit off their bright red fur and striped tails. Mr. Cuddlesworth knows that they are destroying his territory and needs to protect it, or he would not have enough resources to survive.
Red pandas can attack humans when they feel threatened. He attempts to attack the humans, but clearly there's nothing he can do, so he runs back into the forest. He barely escapes, avoiding and hiding from the poachers. Sometime later, he comes back down. He walks back towards his destroyed territory, but most of his territory is destroyed. Mr. Cuddlesworth knows that humans were a threat to him, and he needs to avoid them. He does not know what would happen if he were caught by poachers. Well, here's what would have happened. Current human activities are severely threatening red pandas. If we do continue the current rate, well, let me put it this way.
Now's not the time for jokes.
Okay, fine. So at the current rate and pressures, the red pandas population may be saved, but are likely to become very endangered, or even, hopefully not, extinct. To preserve the red pandas, we need to bring more awareness and support for the cause. They can definitely be saved if organizations and governments continue to spread awareness and work against it. Well, that's it for me.
No, it's not. Get back there.
The red pandas are the only living species of the family Ailuridae, so they represent the whole family and need to stay alive for the biodiversity of the ecosystem. Red pandas are the major controlling factor for bamboo growth in their ecosystems. If they went extinct, bamboo growth would be completely uncontrollable and would basically take over the growth of many other plants in the forest. There would be a completely unbalanced ecosystem if red pandas go extinct.
Mr. Cuddlesworth was forced to enter other red pandas' territory and managed to find resources and survive in what was left of his. In this time, he went through finding territory, reproduction, and barely survived.
Wait, who did reproduction?
Right, well, while we're on the topic of reproduction, red pandas reproduce once a year, around early winter. During mating season, scent markings increase and territory is marked more than normal. Red pandas leave their scent marking using scent glands located between their foot pads. They are a reproductive adaptation and indicate a red panda's readiness to breed. The female invites the male to mount her on the ground. During their courtship, the male and female red pandas groom each other a lot. However, after mating, the male red panda leaves, having nothing to do with the female or the offspring. The female takes care of the young by providing shelter in natural places, such as hollow trees, nests, and other such things.
Was I hallucinating, or was this not the Strid before?
He was hallucinating, don't overcomplicate it.
Really? Okay, fine. Governments have protections on their habitat. Organizations protect red pandas by spreading awareness about their situation. For example, the Red Panda Network, the World Wildlife Fund, and other conservation communities help save endangered species. Mr. Cuddlesworth's habitat and territory are being restored, and he is now able to use the resources in space again, along with all the other creatures that originally lived here as well.
So that's it on red pandas, guys. If you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. If this video reaches 1 billion likes, we will post another video on platypuses. So see you guys next time.